Tommy Boyce is here. Ladies and gentlemen, well, don't worry about looking at the screen. We're about 5 minutes behind
delayed,
on the delay.
Yeah.
I'm waving. Is this camera on? Hey man, how's it going?
Good, thank you. And you?
I'm doing very well. Thanks
Excellent.
for coming in on
My
this
pleasure.
sunny Saturday afternoon here in Melbourne. How have you been?
I've been good, yeah.
Yes.
I've been, the band hasn't been doing much since we went to Europe last year and toured, but since then our drummer's had a hip operation.
Oh God.
Getting on, so
yeah. How old is the drummer?
He's 42, I think.
Okay.
40, so yeah, he's had to do that. So there's been no activity on the band front, but
Right.
it's been kind of good because me and Damo have just been writing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good in a way because it's kind of forced us just to get into writing more for the next record. And
That's great.
Yeah. So we're going to do that and then get back over to Europe.
So I'm just going to recap. I'm going to do a little half Molly Meldrum, half Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
There's a good example of interviewing, maybe. So the Casanovas are the main band that you're well known for.
Mm-hmm.
When did around 99?
Yeah, 1999.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were signed to a label.
Mm-hmm.
How did you I've never been signed to a label, unfortunately, Tommy.
Right.
I just have to be a star through this medium.
Well, it's these days, anything is possible without a
That's it.
So, yeah.
Screw your labels. But so how did that happen? Were you just doing a gig and someone turned up, or did you know someone, or you sent your tape CD off, or?
Yeah, no, I think because we really just started playing for fun,
right?
And
It was you and your brother.
Me, my brother, and my friend. We all worked at the back of a cake shop together, packing cakes. So we were like, oh, we'll just start a band. And yeah, we liked bands like Powder Monkeys and stuff.
Yep.
And so we'd go along to those gigs, and then one gig after we'd rehearsed about 5 rehearsals or something. One gig at a Powder Monkeys gig, one of the support bands didn't turn up, so we borrowed a few guitars and got on stage. First gig supporting the Powder Monkeys, which was for us, a huge deal. And it kind of just went well. I think there was just an infectious energy, despite the kind of probably deficient, musical aspects at the time. We were so new, but did
you have a manager?
No, not at that stage at all. We just started playing gigs, and it really just took off really quickly. We'd started to fill rooms really, really quickly. Yeah, and so that was really exciting. And then so it attracted attention of. I think we signed a small, just like a single deal with Richie Ramone, ex-Tote owner.
Yeah, right.
His label, Full Toss, and we did 10 out of 10. Yeah. And that went pretty well. And then I think, next thing we know, we were playing on big day outs and stuff like that. That's fantastic. To be honest, it was probably premature, considering where we were at. Yeah. I think we were riding that wave of the resurgence of classic rock and punk rock kind of thing in that early 2000s. You know what I mean?
Like when everyone got signed in 77.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and then we'd do things like Live at the Wireless, and I remember listening back to it and thinking, we're not that good a band yet, We're kind of we always put on a good show, but the band itself didn't really hit its strides, I think, until the more mid 2000s, 2005, and then we were really cooking live band from then onwards. Yeah. And
you moved labels?
Yeah, that's right. So Rubber Records signed us,
right? And
we did an EP through them, and then an album, and then another album we did, which we recorded in America with Sylvia Massey, the great producer over there, and that was unreal in this small little town with. She had a Neve desk that I think Led Zeppelin used to do Song Remains the Same. Wow. Yeah, and we're recording in an old Art Deco studio, theatre on a stage. So it was the most dreamy recording. That's it up. All to tape,
Did you have much... Did it get a release over there?
Over there, the first record did. The second one didn't in America. The second one, though, came out in Europe. Yep. And then... it was I think because it kind of stiffed a bit over here, and we had management problems and stuff like that. We
Right.
actually even went to like court against one of our
Really?
ex-managers and stuff.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it was horrible.
Oh dear.
So it kind of took the wind out of the band's sails, you know. And then there was a bit of a hiatus, and we didn't do our next record until like 2015.
Right. I was going to ask you. So that was that break, that 10-year break. That was basically in court again, fighting against manager and a few things like that. Or
that court thing that was only relatively short-lived.
Right.
But after that, everyone was like, right, well, I got to make a living, and I got to get to work and start working full time and make some money. And
it's expensive living here.
Yeah, exactly. And I got sick for a while too. Like, I finished my degree in architecture, and I started working as an architect, and I hated it, and I was just kind of getting sick. Yeah. I think it's funny, you know, you sort of got to do what you like doing to feel good, and
as long as there's a balance between not living on the street,
exactly,
and doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
But cool, man. What do you have in your hands?
Yeah, today? I brought along this one that I bought from this shop. Would have been Christmas time. This
it was the start of the year. Yeah, I reckon it was the first week we came back.
Yeah. So it started this year. R9, and I've had probably about 16 Les Pauls and a few custom shop reissues, and this one for me is definitely the pick of the bunch.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's like
really,
I don't know what colour it is. It's like a bourbon burst or something.
Yeah,
it's a dark burst.
Tobacco-y thing. Yeah, but it's superb looking, and really nice neck, light, and I replaced all the wiring myself. Put a pigtail bridge on it, and this back pickup's a Stevens design.
Oh right, okay. You changed the pickup.
Peter Green style.
Right. Has it got
pickup?
So if you put it in has it got an out of phasey sort of sound?
I'm waiting for the neck one.
Oh right.
It's a 6-month wait.
So, oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy just hand wires himself he's in Seattle, I think.
And they secretly take the blood of Peter Green.
Yeah.
They catch him while he's asleep.
But that's right. Well,
it's very difficult.
I'd seen there was a Guitar Player magazine video wrap up on what they regarded as being the best PAF kind of clones, and I was listening to them all. I was like, this one really caught my ear. Right. So I went onto his YouTube, checked out the sounds he was pulling were incredible. So I ordered just one, thinking, I don't want to get two because it's like they're $500 a pop, you know. Yeah. So and when I got the bridge,
still cheaper than the originals, but not much though.
Yeah.
I think they're $2,000 or $3,000 a pickup.
Yeah, exactly. So
we have quite a few people on this afternoon. Hello, Neil. I have to like a few of these. Wait a second. This is how we do it, Tommy.
Nice sweat.
Promotes us. I like Neil Boland. Do you know Neil?
Neil, I don't. Sorry, the name sounds familiar, but
a blueser around the city.
Yep.
Good player.
I just don't get on. Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah. So what are the Casanovas doing? Maybe we should do a Casanova song.
Cool.
And I can ask you about that song. I'm going to try and keep up because I just went to Spotify and picked the first one, and I'm like, I'll do it. It's like a million miles an hour. I thought, oh no. But let's have a crack at that, and then I can ask you about how you play it and what you guys are up to at the moment. All right. Let's give it a go. I think we've got our audio okay. Tom Hinterberger is on. Let's try this. This is Shake It by the Casanovas. There's a drum intro
like
as
2001 or something, maybe.
Is this off the first record?
Yeah, it was released as a single in 2001 though, like probably even a year or two before the first record came out.
Right.
First album, yeah.
Awesome. Here it is. This is Shake It by the Casanovas.
Downtown on my street.
Man, it's so fast, yeah. As I was saying before, it's the sound of a kind of like a young, full of energy, a bit nervous in the studio band, you know. Wow. You can really hear the band like speed up when it kicks in.
That's a classic thing, isn't it? For young drummers, they speed up.
Absolutely, yeah.
So how old were you when you did that?
That would have been 2000, would have been 25, 26 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started pretty old, actually.
Okay. I didn't feel it speed up too much, but you probably notice it.
I noticed it, yeah. I think because I remember at the time, like, Paddy, you're speeding up, man. I have to do it again and again. But I don't think we cared because it was a B side. It was going to be the B side, and then ended up being the A side.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was a single that was released.
Yeah.
With a deal or before?
Yeah, on Rubber Records.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
And did okay for you?
Yeah, because it did well because it went on. Triple J were playing it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were with them behind us. It was like paving the way. You know what I mean? Like we were able to tour, get really good crowds in Sydney and Brisbane, Adelaide, and whatever. And then even the rural little towns, pulling good crowds there too. You really need them behind you, you know. Yes. Without that, you're kind of stuffed.
Yeah.
So I think, and then it's like that was another thing too. Like Richard Kingsmill came to the helm, and didn't kind of warm to the band as much as the previous guy.
Right.
And so we weren't getting played as much, and it was kind of harder for us to do those smaller towns and stuff after that.
A career destroyer, Richard Kingsmill.
Oh no, you know, it's just different.
He's
horses
a big fan.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Just doesn't love the band as much. Yeah. You know.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. So when you were playing, you seemed to pull out the licks, as they say. That's musician speak. Almost note for note.
Oh no, I was playing totally different.
Totally different?
In terms of the noodling parts?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what I was playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
I thought in one section, oh, geez, he's almost right. So I was going to say you played it a few times. But when you're playing, like what, just nerding out for a second, but what are you sticking around an E minor pentatonic scale?
Yeah, just that blues scale and throwing in a bit of the country-ish, you know, the...
Yep,
you know, all that sort of, you know,
little bit of
pagey,
major and minor.
Yeah. So like probably starting at more minor, you know, whatever, and then that kind of thing, you know.
Cool. That's fantastic. Sounds great through that amp too.
Yeah, it's got that nice sort of quacky little, you know, sweet kind of tone.
Excellent. Now, I'll like a few comments here. We've had a few people join. What next for the Casanovas?
A song that I always liked was off the second record, Born to Run.
Yes.
I was listening to a bit of Bruce Springsteen, I think, when we wrote that one. Yeah. Not that it sounds anything like that song, but the title was certainly,
Can we, let's have a bit of a listen to that, and then you can show me what you're doing.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know how to play this one, but we'll do it. Let's have a look. So, Born to Run. I think we're going to get a few Springsteen hits. Let's go, Casanovas.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Let's have a quick listen.
Yeah. Fast again. Yep. Just
the smoke is pouring off that 59 LP. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
That's definitely the sound of a band that's hit its strides more. You know, playing really solid and
same lineup on that track?
Actually, no. My brother left after the first album, and Jaws joined. Jaws was in the Onyas, you know, from Brisbane.
Yep.
And
Brisbane.
Fabulous punk rock drummer, and just plays so fast, so well, you know.
That's the current drummer with the
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So same lineup since then.
Right.
So
That's
same
fantastic.
guys. Yeah, just me and Damo and Jaws.
How did you learn how to play? When did you start playing?
In school, my dad was because my dad was into jazz, and he kind of forced it upon us that we would learn woodwind instruments. And
right.
I was like,
nothing wrong with that.
I want to play drums or, you know, whatever. And so I ended up playing saxophone. And that was kind of cool because, like, I actually really loved the music that he liked. You know, John Coltrane and, you know, Bird and everything. And so that was a good kind of musical, like, education, you know, because...
Are you self-taught?
Yeah, so with saxophone I learnt, but I just picked up the guitar because I always loved rock and roll. Yeah. So I picked up the guitar when I was about 14 and started to I had a chord book, and I was like, oh, okay, so C, G, you know, like learning those open chords, and then...
That's all you need.
Then when I learned...
And away you go.
Yeah, exactly. When you worked out you could play, like, you know... all that sort of stuff pretty easily. Like, it was apparent to me that you didn't really need to know that much to play.
How did you learn how to solo?
I just think being thrown in at the deep end with the band, like...
Right.
Yeah, like, because it was like...
Did you do any scale exercises?
No. I think I just learned how to play some solos that I liked. Right. And I was like, okay, so that's how you do that little lick. Yeah. And then start to link them together. And I remember the first one I learnt was, what was it? You Shook Me All Night Long. It's a good guitar solo, that one. That is. Very melodic.
G minor or something?
Yeah, that's right. But he does that thing that I was saying before where he goes... Oh, yeah. With that really nice stinging vibrato.
He's a great player.
He's such a good player, yeah. I just love the way he's kind of... Yeah, he sounds so unschooled and raw. And it's just all musical genius, you know. There's no overly considered, contrived stuff.
Have you seen that YouTube where his guitar tech is talking about his amp setup? And he's under the stage and they've got all the vintage Marshalls lined up.
Incredible.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, amazing.
It's like when this one blows, I just switch over to the 68. You know? Wow, lovely. We've got lots of people on. Greg Dodd, Michael Skelly. Jimmy Hocking is on, or Jermaine. Cool. Jermaine Hocking, as I prefer to call him.
I've sold him a few things recently online.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, some old 70s bridges. I don't know, some pickups and stuff anyway, but yeah.
Since he started a family, we haven't seen him
Amazing player.
One of the greats.
Yeah, one of the great players,
Hopefully, he will come in for a chat with the Colonel sometime.
That'd
we
be
hope
cool.
so. Nick Graham is on. Did an interview with Nick Graham a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, yeah,
He's up at Deluxe Guitars. And my sister-in-law is on, Myri Cameron. Has a movie coming out soon. You did some music for a soundtrack. I read. Is my sauce... My tomato sauce incorrect?
I don't think we wrote music for a soundtrack, but
a song was used
in a few movies, because I think Sony ATV was the publisher, so they were just placing stuff on. Right. I think like B-grade films, like nothing notable, but I think things like the Olsen twins film, Escape from New York, like I think Shake It was on that during a chase scene, and. Funnily enough, I remember they didn't pay. They used the song because the movie stiffed so bad that our money never came through.
Well,
Olsen twins owe us. Yeah.
Welcome to them. Yes, yeah. Well, hit them up. Apparently, they're. Whenever my brother goes to LA, it's always. I'm exaggerating a bit, but he's like, "Yeah, I saw one of the Olsen twins." You know. at the gym or
Incredible.
getting a coffee. Or...
Yeah. Oh, that's what I love about LA. You walk around and you actually see those people.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, it's really funny.
There's the Olsen twins again.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I know you're a busy fellow, so look, I'll wrap it up and I will say thank you so much for coming in.
My absolute pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.
Is there a Casanovas gig coming up?
No, because we're like Jaws is. He's actually got to get his second hip done.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's happening this month. I hope.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So hopefully he's recovered by like the end of the year.
Yeah.
We can then record and get back to Europe. Hopefully late next year.
Yeah.
To do that. Last year's tour through Europe was like a real shot.
Looked amazing. I saw the photos and
so much fun. Yeah.
I love your Facebook profile picture, which I think you're playing live somewhere.
Right.
And in the crowd.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we definitely like to get amongst the audience and sort of. It was just such a fun thing because they're relatively small shows, but the crowds were so into it, and I think because we had fans from back in 10 years ago,
yes,
as well as just sort of people coming on board. The cool thing is like there in Spain, the community is pretty tight, so you'll go and play Barcelona and do a good show, and then they're in touch with all their buddies.
All right.
So you go and play the next town, and they're all turning up because all their friends in Barcelona have said, "Oh, you've got to see this band," and we have wild shows because the band had, we played London first, and that was okay. Yeah. But the band, after a few shows, just started to really, really get nice and tight. And so we're playing really well.
You're going to do it again when drummer has the full Steve Austin
most definitely.
Bionic treatment.
Yeah.
Victor Copper says, awesome jacket.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I think he's referring to your wonderful Animal Beast jacket.
That's right. It's a
This is not a jacket. This is an owl top. And you killed the beast yourself with a crossbow, did you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
A man
Ted
of
Nugent
the
style.
wild.
Yeah. I actually really do. I mean,
Ted.
He might be a bit of a douche, but he's one of my favourite players, to be honest.
Oh, he's great.
He's such a good player.
I like the old Amboy Duke stuff as well.
So it's
good. Quite amazing. As a human being, well, he's questionable, but as a player, he's great.
Love that. What the doctor ordered, great riffs. Yeah.
Riffs in A by Ted Nugent.
And using that Birdland hollow body just through all the super reverb. Super
belted.
Just absolutely. Apparently he had places marcated out on the stage where he could get different notes to feed feedback. Yeah. No pedals, just hammered through those amps. And,
Isn't that interesting? Is he from Detroit? Is that cool?
I think so, Michigan? Yeah. Well, he's got that song Motor City Madhouse.
There's some amazing players that came out of that
region.
The James, I think James Gang's from there as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but MC5 and the Stooges. Yeah, so like one of my favourite players of all time, Fred Smith, he's from Detroit.
Sonic Smith,
one of the most underrated rock and roll guitar players of all time. So melodic.
I love the old MC5 clips where they'll be live and they're thrashing it out, but they're wearing Cuban heels and
or
Fred pipes doing backflips.
And Fred's Fred will be in some weird silver sparkly Superman suit, with a weird hat with a lightning bolt. Yeah, that's so cool. For me, they're the epitome of a great rock and roll.
Killer, kick out the jams. What a record! One of the greats.
Yep.
Oh man, we'll have to get you back in for another chit chat.
Love to.
Maybe come and co-host the Saturday morning show.
Yeah, for sure.
So Nigel is off doing what he does. Thank you so much again.
My pleasure.
For coming in.
Absolute honour.
A customary handshake will do. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Tommy Boyce, Casanovas. If you have any questions, you can shoot them through to me, or I think you can find Tommy online. Casanovas stuff can be bought at record shops and Spotify's and whatever people do. So, cool, man. Thanks so much.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you.
See you, folks.
See you guys.